Hello, everyone. I am Dana Leuenberger for Los Cabos Home and Life, and welcome to another edition of our real estate radio show. Today, we're coming live from One Medano Beach. We're going to interview Patrick Neal, broker, and we're going to meet his team and also a fantastic listing that he has. So please join me in. There's a big building being built there, so it's a little bit noisy, but come right in. Thank you for joining us. Hello. Hola, Marina, ¿cómo estás? Marina Aceves, she is agent support, and she helps Patrick with all the contracts and all. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú? En inglés? I'm well, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to meet Patrick. Hello, Patrick. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Good to see you, and thank you for being on today's show and inviting us to your office and to your listing.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Okay, so you have some of your team members here.
I do. This is Zach Whipple.
Hi, Zach. Please come
Zach,
stand up.
Zach just started with us here this week and is a new agent here. So we've kind of getting the office going live now.
Yes, good. Zach, where are you from?
I'm from Victoria, BC.
And how long have you been here?
3 years in Cabo.
Okay, what's not to love, right?
Love it here. Absolutely. It's a beautiful place to live.
Perfect. Did you do real estate before?
Yes, I've been in real estate for a couple years now, and I've known Patrick a few years, so when he was expanding, I definitely wanted to come and check it out and work with him.
Okay, perfect. And then we'll hear all about your story when you came here to Cabo.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I've been here about 5.5 years. Me and my wife had been looking for a home for nearly 12 years here, and we were looking for something possibly part-time, possibly full-time, and we'd been looking. We came across a deal up at El Cielito up in Rancho Paraíso, and they were bank-owned properties. We initially looked there to purchase one. However, being a builder with my background as being a high-end builder from the San Francisco Bay Area, I thought possibly I could pick up a couple extra. And then I decided I didn't want to be in competition against the bank selling things, so we bought 18 units, and that was about 4.5 years ago. And we just sold our last unit about 8 months ago. And then we came down here. We purchased a commercial space here and 2 units upstairs on the 5th floor that were hurricane damaged. We took everything down to the studs and remodeled them, and we'll get to see those in a few minutes.
Yeah, looking forward to that. It's beautiful. So this is a very well-located real estate office because we're so close. So for you folks to get a direction where we are, Medano Beach is just 1 block down, right? And Hotel Hacienda, Condominiums Hacienda is behind us.
Correct. Yeah, we've got Edis and the office a block that way and a block down. Mm-hmm. We have the marina a block this way. So the location is incredible. It's walking distance everywhere. I mean, besides groceries, we don't really get in our car too much.
Okay, no, that's very cool.
Yeah.
But also for the real estate, you have a lot of traffic. Before we started, you already had a couple of customers, clients here, so you get a lot of walk-ins, right?
Exactly, yeah. We have the one entrance to Hacienda Beach Club residences right behind us here. Next door in the Cache Beach Club, this will be their lobby right across the street, so all their traffic will be coming from there. Plus, we've got the street to Casa Dorada and me and all the other hotels on Medano Beach, just right here. So, a lot of traffic coming this way. People coming up from the beach. It's a great location.
Okay, great. And before we got on the air, you were mentioning that your brokerage, you're changing the name of your brokerage, right?
Yes, yeah, we are changing to Own in Cabo. and owning Cabo Real Estate, and the website is www.owning-cabo, obviously. But we're in the process that should be taken care of in the next week, all official at the MLS, and yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I went and took a look at your website. It's very nice, very easy to navigate. So it's a great website. Whoever did it for you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm not aware, but ours is one of the actual true websites where you can literally search. Most of the websites here are predefined searches, but this is more like people are used to in the United States or Canada. You can pick price range, you can pick development, you can pick number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, everything. Just like realtors, like we can do. Everybody has that access at home, which they don't normally do unless they're on a portal or something like that, but not on a normal website.
So for any client that is looking for real estate, instead of what the realtor sends them, then they can go and like if they say, well, maybe I don't like this area, I'll just look in another area.
Exactly.
And because you never know, right? Maybe some people have something in mind and they end up buying something else totally different from the starting point, right?
Exactly, yes. Sometimes it's so hard to communicate exactly what you're looking for. So this gives them the option of looking on their own, at their own pace, going through, so it makes them feel comfortable, and that way when they're ready, they can save everything. When they're ready, they just go right ahead and they can make a phone call.
Very, very cool. Okay, so how about if you take us to see the common area? Because I think next door they're ready to pour concrete and it's going to get a little bit loud. It's a beautiful office. Congratulations. Thank you so much for talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Marina, mucho gusto. So owning Cabo Real Estate. Muy bien. Okay, so we're going to go to the common area now. We're going to say hi to the folks. Hi, how are you doing? Hi. And
so right across the street there, we've got the back of the Puerto Paraíso residences right there.
Okay, yeah, the shopping center, Puerto Paraíso, one of our sponsors. Yes.
Yeah.
They're here. How many units in this building?
There's 21 units total.
21. Okay, that's very nice. And so you're going to take us to check out the common area?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you might hear traffic outside, but when you enter, it's pretty quiet.
Exactly. Yeah. No, this is it. When the windows are closed here, you've got really, it's pretty quiet, even with the construction going on next door.
Okay. So what do we have here? It's a lap pool.
So we've got a lap pool here. We've got a common barbecue, a common jacuzzi, some lounge chairs.
This is pretty sweet.
There's a restroom down here.
This is a very nice area to just lay in the sun and get some tan.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. You've also to make it convenient to get to the beach, you've got a gate here to walk right out, save you a few steps to get down to the beach.
Okay. I know that some people are going to ask me, what is that building being built there?
So that is the Cache Beach Club.
Okay.
They're building luxury units there, luxury rental units or timeshare. There's going to be a Wahlburgers there. There's going to be a Chow's restaurant with the high-end version of the Chow's restaurant, and two other fine dining restaurants as well. So it's going to be beautiful. The pool will be on the top deck. It's going to be really nice.
So all this area is very high-end condominiums. We have Hacienda also next door. Condos could go there from 2.5 $2.6 million to the villas in the front
Well,
that
yeah.
up to 7 million, 8. I have to check that. Don't.
There's a couple deals in there right now. Start $1.3 million for a 3-bedroom, $1.35 million, and then you've got going on up, like you say, to about 6 million, 7 million for the beachfront residences when they're available.
So all this area is very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Let's
We're
head
going to go
upstairs.
up and check out that listing that everybody wants to see. So you guys will see what, 1,024,000.
It's $1,024,000, but as a matter of fact, I was waiting for the radio show. We're going to be lowering the price to $995, and we're going to be lowering the interest rate by a quarter of a point to 6.75%, as well as extending the term for financing on that to 12 years.
Okay. Wow. If we can just, when we're upstairs, if we can go a little bit again through the numbers, because I know
Absolutely.
that is a very important selling part.
Absolutely.
Because this will be this is an income
Yes,
rental property.
exactly.
So you need to put the key, right?
So yes, these units are keyed individually
First-
for access. So this will open directly up into the unit as we come in.
Perfect, and for security. So check out this. It's a glass, and you can see Cabos and Lucas downtown.
The city lights are beautiful at night.
Oh, I bet. That's great. So what number is this condo?
This is 16E.
16E. Okay, so everybody just be ready because this is a beautiful condo. So we're just gonna show you around. This is the main living area and everything, the detail here. It is so beautiful. It's such a nice area, such a nice condo also to entertain.
Yes. As I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, we took everything here, took it down to the studs. We redid some walls. We put brand new AC inverter units so you save on electricity. All LED lighting throughout. So it was done all brand new cabinets, appliances, everything. So it was taken down all the way. A complete remodel.
You mentioned this was a hurricane.
This was damaged. This was damaged in the hurricane.
In O'Deal.
In O'Deal, yes.
Okay, so it's an amazing job. So if you can see all the detail in the lights, it's just gorgeous. It changes from aqua blue to light lavender.
To green, to red.
Also, you can adjust it all the colors like the pools, right?
Alexa, turn dining room red.
Don't you love Alexa? I need an Alexa.
So look at that.
Oh my goodness, it just changed to red. That is so cool. Oh,
And-
do that please one more time.
Alexa, turn dining room green.
So it's going to change to green. Okay, I know what I want for my birthday, an Alexa. Just makes life a lot easier, right, around the
Yeah,
house.
Exactly.
So
I mean, I can ask Alexa to play on the home speakers here, whatever we want to do. It's great.
very, very cool. So take us on a tour because
Okay,
there's so many
perfect.
details to see, like the kitchen.
Yeah, let's start off with the kitchen.
All right.
So we've installed Viking and Wolf appliances here. We have quartz countertops. We have custom-made alder cabinetry. We have a Wolf range, and it's a Wolf induction range. So the top never gets hot. It's all done on magnetic resonance. But this is what in a lot of the commercial kitchens, they're actually going from gas to the electric induction range.
And the very high end, I've been seeing this more and more. You even need special pots that they fit, right?
Well, they've got to be if a magnet will stick to it, it'll work.
Because I have a client that she was mentioning how she likes them. Also, when you cook food, it also like the nourishment from the vegetables or
Exactly.
It helps, okay? Something like that, but it's really good. My goodness, this is just amazing. I love everything about it. This sink, stainless steel.
Yeah, we've got the farmhouse sink. We've got the Viking dishwasher here.
It's very high end.
We have a trash pull-out. Everything soft close throughout. Our outlets are tucked up underneath the cabinets here. So your plugs and everything are underneath I don't know why.
And I love your black splash. The stone, it's stone, metal, and the tile, the glass tile. Just the combination, it's exquisite. It's beautiful.
Here.
Okay.
My favorite part of the house.
So you have a nice wine fridge.
So we've got a 160 bottle dual zone wine refrigerator here.
That's very nice.
We've got shelving here. We've got a sink, and then places for all your alcohol, drawers. Again, everything soft close.
Those are the details that make the difference. I can't get over the quartz.
I love the quartz. Yeah.
It's just so beautiful and so clean.
Yeah, this is a Calcutta quartz. It's just beautiful. I'm thrilled with it.
Also, the marble. This is Egyptian.
Yes, this is an Egyptian marble floor. It has fossils located in it. We can see. If we were to run around and look, we can see little shells. You can see a little.
There's one
a little
here.
There, but you can see some really cool looking ones throughout the floor. But we won't do that now. But they are meter by meter. These things are almost like half a slab. They're 3/4 inch thick.
Okay.
It's incredible material.
Just to bring it down the Baja is pretty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So how about if we check out the back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? Okay. I also love this chandelier. Parota table sits 8 people. So this condo is also for rent, right?
Yes.
Okay. How much would it rent for?
So I have not personally rented this since we finished it, but based on what other rentals are going for in the building, down below a 2-bedroom that's about half the square footage of this is renting for $450 to $550 a night, and he's like booked for like most of the next 3 months. And
I think that's kind of like inexpensive for down here because you're right next to the hotels, to the beach, and with this gorgeous view to the ocean.
It is. So my guess is my guess would be anywhere between 500 and 800, depending on how much you wanted to rent it per night. But I think at 650 to 750, you'd have very good success at renting this based on the other rentals in here.
And Patrick, you said something very important when we started our conversation. You barely use a car when you're here.
Exactly. I mean, it's incredible from whether we're walking down the street to Chubby Noodle, the new restaurant down there.
It's really good.
Which is incredible. Or whether we're going to Edis or the office or the marina, or even if we walk deep into town a little deeper and go to El Peregrinos or wherever we might go, we walk everywhere.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. So, okay, we just walked in when we came in, but there's a lot of features that if you go, first of all, entering your own condo through the elevator.
Exactly.
I love that.
Exactly.
Just the feeling. I don't have to open a door, get out of the elevator, open another door, come in. It's just open. So that feeling, and I remember when you took us to this listing from the caravan.
Right.
Real estate caravan, it just gives you that first impression. It's grand.
Exactly.
So here at the entrance, what does that door go to?
So this door goes to the stairway. It also goes to the trash chute.
Okay.
And that's a shared hallway just for 2 units. There's only 2 units on this whole floor.
Okay.
This one and it's nearly a mirrored version of this one on the other side.
And you also will put that for sale?
And that one is potentially for sale. It's, I got to twist my wife's arm a little bit, but we'll see about that one.
Okay, well.
I believe it'll come up. I believe it'll come up on the market.
Okay, but remember what they say: happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
All you guys remember that.
Exactly.
Okay, so here we're coming into the.
This is the powder room right
but
here.
But look at this. This is alabastro stone. What do you call this stone?
Onyx.
Oh, it's onyx.
See.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Better. So it has this light underneath, and it just makes it a really good statement. Also, it has the glass has a little bit of tornasol, like a pearl. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Very clean lines. I like the Venetian.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm into details. That's what makes a difference. So here we have another 2 bedrooms, right?
2 bedrooms, yeah.
Okay.
So here we have a little closet, little hall closet, linen closet.
Okay, very helpful. That if somebody purchases this property also for a rental, this can become like
a lock-off,
yeah. Right?
Exactly.
Okay. So here
and here we've got a full bathroom.
Jack and Jill.
It's a Jack and Jill, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Not technically,
Not
but,
technically,
but it
yeah.
is. But everybody else is calling it a Jack and Jill, so I'm going to go with that.
Whoever buys it can call it whatever they want.
Right.
Nice size shower.
But the beauty of it is you do have a full ensuite bedroom here,
Okay.
with the access to this bathroom that makes it really nice.
Okay. Another thing that I like is the height of the ceilings.
Yes.
That is really nice.
Yeah. We went through and, like I said, we replaced all the sheetrock in the ceilings, put LED lights in, and the height is incredible. We actually increased the size of all the closets because we know that women can never have enough closet space.
Okay.
So this
well,
is just
we'll
this
just
is
close
just
it.
junk in this one, but you can imagine it full of clothes.
Oh yeah, that would be a problem. Another thing I like, and I do, like I was saying, I do notice details, the round corners.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because all of these details, when you're in construction, this adds up to the cost.
It does, yes. Yeah, no, I'm glad you noticed that.
Okay, and then, well, because like I can't help it, right? When you're putting a price on a property, everything is just like the details. So we have here a sliding door. Let me open it. I'm just thinking, like, if you have vertigo. Look at that. And all the glass, it just feels like you're floating. And there we have downtown Cabo San Lucas. You can see all the hotels around the marina, Puerto Paraíso. So this at night, like you were saying, Patrick, must be so beautiful.
Spectacular.
Yeah. It's also that it's a low-density condominium. Like when you're up here, it's very quiet.
It is. It is.
Very, very quiet. Very nice quality sliding doors, windows. So the price is $995. $995 for all this good quality. So we should go to the next bedroom. I want to see it. Okay. Also, this is very private.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's private, and what so many people like, this is the room that if you stayed out a little late in Cabo, because we know we all do every once in a while, it's dark. The light does not wake you up in the morning.
So we'll call this the bear den.
Perfect.
Yeah, you just close the door and turn on the AC, and then you have a really good night's sleep.
Exactly.
And then you can go in and party again.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I love the that you changed the lights. And this is a very nice dining area table. So basically here you can have 40 people in a party.
Oh, it's 40, 60, 80.
All right.
Once you open the doors, I think I mean, at the Realtors open house, there was 20 of us here, and it felt like nobody
It
was
didn't
even
feel
here.
crowded or anything. Yeah. So a big screen TV. So everything comes included?
The furniture is not included, but I know there's a lot of good realtors out there, and if you got a good real estate agent, maybe you have them try and get that in the deal.
Okay. Now, that's a message for everybody. Okay.
So these are all motorized chairs. The couch has two motorized seats and 2 chairs that are motorized. The feet and then the head goes up and down.
Yeah, you don't want to get up from that chair when you're all comfy.
And then you got nice space for a large TV here, shelves for decor items.
But it's so nice, the design, the architecture they did around the walls. So they did this nice niche.
Exactly, yeah. That was all wasted space before, and we actually cut in and put a niche in there because it was just wasted space in the wall.
Okay. So it's the AC, is it zoned?
Yes, there are 4 separate units here. One for the master bedroom, one for the other 2 bedrooms, and 2 for the main living area. However, most of the time we run 1 unit and it cools the entire house when
Okay.
we're running it.
Very nice. You just close all the windows. Okay, so this is the main,
So this is
the master.
This is the master bedroom, yes.
I love this. This is so cool. I've never seen it before, and I've seen a lot of homes, and I'm like always like looking at the internet, a magazine decorator.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. Like no waste from the fan blades, right? It's just directed to the bed.
Exactly. I mean, so many times before, my wife would grab a portable fan and have it blowing on her, and then I'd get up in the middle of the night and stub my toe on it. So this was a great alternative.
I like that idea. That is thinking out of the box. I really like it. So yeah, you guys did a beautiful job. Very well, very good taste.
Thank you.
In the furnishing. I
you.
like it's actually drapes. It makes it nice.
Yeah. It was hard to find. It was hard to get them to just do the folds, like more of like a hotel fold as opposed to the bunch tops.
The old style.
The old style, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So now we're gonna come to the master bathroom, and oh my goodness, isn't this so cool? This bathtub. I just got one. Well, my husband just brought me one down.
Oh, nice.
Similar to this. It's really nice.
Thank you.
So all of this is
So this is marble.
too, right?
Yeah.
You feel the nice coolness.
Yeah. It's and then we've got the pebble floor. We have the handheld shower. The stone wall.
But it's very interesting how you mixed and matched the different textures of the stone, going from the smooth marble and all this that looks a little bit like pebbles, cobblestone.
Yeah. And then we've got again, we put drawers everywhere we could get storage. We put storage, so we put extra drawers underneath. We've got our closets that's messy.
Because even if could be your second home or just a vacation, like it's so nice when people purchase a house, instead of coming with all their suitcases every time, they just do a carry-on because they have everything here, right?
Exactly.
That makes so no time wasting at the aduana.
Exactly. And if you even want to open up those mirrored doors there, you can and look inside there.
Oh, nice.
So we have a nice dresser built in there behind the mirrors, and then shelves for all your extra storage.
That is so cute. I love the ideas. That's what also our business a lot of fun, that you get to see so many different things around the homes, right?
Exactly.
It's really nice. Very well done. And I like the nice mirrors. See, I'm taking notes. I'm building a house, so I'm taking notes. And you also have the same type of sink here.
Yeah, we've got the pearl glass sinks in here as well.
And this is marble, right? Or
This
quartz?
is marble, yes.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's go back and we
Perfect.
have to check out the terrace. Very nice. And those little fuzzy things are so cute. All right,
Yeah,
so
you wouldn't guess I was the one that made my wife buy them, would you?
no, that's good. That's very valuable information. All right, so what a nice sized terrace this is.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah, it's really nice to barbecue, and we'll have friends over here at the table and sit outside. It's and you still get a little view of the city, and then you get the water view, and it's nice.
yeah, and we have a cruise ship today, or I think there's two coming in. It's really nice. Well, it's just such a great place because anybody can just walk to the beach, come back, the location, and you can't get any better.
Yeah, the
And for the
location is
price?
incredible, and yeah, exactly. Well, one of the things here is the HOA is $7.99 a month, and it includes your trash, it includes your water, it includes your insurance for the building. You've only got to get contents coverage, 24-hour security. There's always one person, mostly two people here, doing the security. So it's kind of just you come and you're done, and you don't have to worry about all the little stuff like you do in a house sometimes, and you're right here with access to everything.
Yeah, so if you're just leaving, you just close your condo, let your property management know,
Exactly.
and you have no worries in the world, right?
Exactly.
So is it pet friendly?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because
Yes.
we have a lot of people. In fact, I have some clients in mind, and they have two small pets, and she would love this. This,
Yeah.
so I will make an appointment for you.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to the kitchen,
Okay.
and then let me just check if we have any comments. I left my phone here. Give me 1 second. So also we were talking about the financing,
Yes.
because a lot of people ask me, well, I want to purchase a property in Cabo, but what about financing? Unless the owner gives you financing, then it's very hard to get, although there's right now Global Mortgage and
Yeah.
others, right? So give us a little bit more in detail, because I know people would be very interested in knowing about that.
No, absolutely. So what we've done is initially we wanted 50% down, and we've actually just recently lowered that to 40%, and would even with the right buyers consider maybe 35. We're offering 6.75% interest, and we're willing to amortize that over an entire 12-year period. So being 12-year financing, and most financing, even when an owner does it here, is they might amortize it over a longer period, but they want it paid off in 2, 3, 5 years. So we're offering that full amortized period, no balloon payment, and make it easy for someone to get into a property like this, and maybe still keep their home in the States or in Canada or wherever they may be coming from, and sell that in the future.
Okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier for somebody to come and purchase. And then with all the rentals, that would be really
Exactly.
nice. So people to set up a rental, they can go to one of the companies. Do you have on-site also rental company? Does your company do rentals?
We do property management, and we will, depending on the package in the property management, we'll market through Airbnb, Flipkey, all the normal channels, Verbo, but we don't deal. We'll do some rentals mostly for clients or referrals, but we don't really specialize in rentals other than marketing of properties for clients that have purchased from us in one fashion or another.
Okay, but if you're going to have a management company here,
Yes.
that is really good, because when I sell a property, I always have, and my clients know this, I always have like 3 or 4 companies that I recommend.
Right.
That they have been they have been very good with my clients.
Oh, good.
But one thing that I always say, like, go to people who specializes in one certain area. So if you're here, property management in-house, then they know everything about the property. If there's any issues with water, you need to get the propane right away, because sometimes folks here, like in Cabo, and especially because we're growing so fast, sometimes we might have a little bit shortage. We just went through one of propane, right?
Right.
So you want somebody to be there right now when they come in. So that's a big advantage.
Exactly.
Okay. So we have some comments here. Just give me 1 second. We have some. Okay. We're gonna say hello to Rick Haas. He is in San Diego, LA. And Leonel Carrizo Olvera, he says hello. Arquitecto Carlos El Mundo Arroyo, in Spanish, he said it's great. Osdana is my name. Everybody calls me Dana, but Osdana is so difficult, right? He said that he worked here in the finishes of this house, and he has very nice memories from Medano Beach. And also Leonel Carrillo says again, very nice. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, please let us know. Like, we always want to bring you the very useful information, and that's after we're done with the tour, we're going to talk a little bit about the closing cost, because that is a big surprise for a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was for me when I came here.
Oh, tell us about that. That is very interesting. That happened to you?
Yeah, well, when I came here, you look at the prices of homes, and you look at, you say, okay, well, maybe I can negotiate it to get to this price. You don't consider the 4 or 5% total in closing costs that are going to be due right up front. So, for me in particular, buying 18 units, that was a crazy additional expense that I mean, I knew before the deal was over, but in the initial running of the numbers, I never considered paying 4%.
Okay, because when I'm on tour, I run into this situations that when I'm talking to clients, normally I sit down and I ask them for an hour, and we go through all the good and bad. And their Santa Claus list, like I tell them, and especially when there's a husband and a wife, I kind of like see the wife normally wants like the really nice appliances, while the husband might want a bigger garage. So I start working with both and seeing what we can get and at what price. And one of the things that I have learned to always say is the closing cost. You need to calculate and add to the price the closing cost. So this is what we have prepared for you. So, there's very simple, like, I know that a lot of you guys know all this information. You have been there, done that. But I always like to tell it, like, if the first time that you've been here and you just want to know, like, from A to Z, right?
Perfect.
So the buyer is the one that always pays the closing cost. Approximately, it's always like a 5% upon the accepted price, correct? And so when you get an offer, I'm getting a phone call. When you get an offer, gets accepted, that's when all this, oh, sorry. Jonas, tell me, lower the microphone. That is when all the process really begins, right? So this is another thing that's also very important to tell people that from the 5%, you also want to open an escrow account.
Yes.
It's a lot easier, and then on another show, we'll go through the whole process of what an escrow is. And there's, I think, like three companies that we work with. Lately, we have been doing our sales through AXM, escrow company. So it could go from 300. No, let me see. Like from $550 to $750 to open an escrow. So let's say you add that, and you're going to put 10% down. Normally, it's 5 to 10%, mostly 10% of the deposit. 5 working days after accepted offer, and then you need to add that expense of the escrow. Right?
Exactly.
If something goes south for any reason, you can put in your contract to get your deposit back. Just depends on the agreement, but that escrow money, that is, you won't get that money back.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's a very important thing. Okay. So I always like to say, like, I have some things that, Ask Dana, or hashtag Ask Dana, or hashtag Dana tips, or hashtag Dana's favorite things. I don't mean to, make it so long, right? But one thing that I have also seen, and you need to be very careful, is that your contract is in English and Spanish. Why both languages? English to accommodate the foreigners, the Canadians or the United States, so it's easier for you to understand all the clauses and all. But if it's not in Spanish, that's the language that Mexican legal entities recognize, then if something happens, they would say, well, it's not in Spanish. So it's very hard to proceed with anything else. So always have it in both. If you already have a contract, I suggest that you go to Perito Traductor. That's a translator appointed by the court that has had all of the certifications and has that little stamp to put it in to validate the legalidad of the document, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So how are we doing on time? Okay. We're doing great. Okay. Another thing. This is another Dana tip. This is just like common knowledge when buyers want to put an offer. A lot of people use DocuSign. Have you had an offer or anything that somebody sends you a DocuSign?
I have, and we'll use DocuSign to get something rolling. However, we always have somebody come in for wet signatures, even if they say, "Well, I already DocuSigned it." But we always follow up. We always have them come in with wet signatures, because my understanding of the law is the legality of DocuSign is kind of depending on the judge and the court. Is that
exactly?
Yeah.
That's why I say, just like that, you made a very good point, Patrick. Just kind of like to get the ball rolling and starting. That's fine. It's a lot easier just to sign it if the people are not here and send it, scan.
Exactly.
I know it's like easier, right? But I had an offer and everything was going great. My clients even put their house for sale in Canada, and the seller said, sorry, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't want to sell. And one of the things they said at the end, everything went through, everything was fine, thank God, after a couple of days of being like, are you kidding me? But the thing is that one of the things they said, it was DocuSign. So after that experience, I don't do it again. So this is another thing. So also, like, the seller needs to submit a bunch of documents, like the deed and all of the information, because the notaria has to accredit that person has the right to transfer that property, right, and the property has no situations. What the buyer only needs to thank you. I forget. What the buyer only needs to provide, it's an official ID, could be a passport. How more official than that? And also they're going to ask you for your FMT. If you're coming from the airport, that little document they give you that just is like little piece of paper. Don't fold it. Don't throw it away. You need that. That is very important.
Exactly. It'll cost you $50 otherwise, right?
Exactly. And then, of course, what we do is that we open, if you're a foreigner, you need a bank trust.
Yes.
Correct? And there's
Fideicomiso.
Fideicomiso. And I hope they take that away one
That would
day.
be nice, yes.
That would be nice because this thing with the Fideicomiso or a bank holding the trust to the deed of the property is because in our Constitution of 1917, when they were afraid that we would have invasion. So 100 kilometers from our border and 50 kilometers from the ocean, any foreigner needs a trust. But if somebody's going to buy a property, let's say in San Miguel de Allende, they don't need anything.
Right.
Correct? Yes. So that is very important. So this is another Dana tip. I'm full of Dana tips today.
Perfect.
So when you're purchasing a property and it's sold by another foreigner, there needs to be a cancellation of the trust. And that costs around $1,000. So you can be creative and put it in the offer that the seller pays for that, or it is what it is, and your buyers pay for that. Okay, so that's enough for the Dana tips, and I'll just go through what a closing cost is. It's the foreign relations trust fees. So they start a permit of foreign relations, a registry, bank annual fee, and bank signature fee. This is a time where the notary should initiate the process of obtaining the trust by checking the property legal status. Then certificates and appraisals. An official appraisal, certificate of no liens, that is very important because you never want to buy a property and somebody just put a lien, right?
Absolutely.
Because you never know. So that's part of the notario. I know this is a lot of items, but a lot of people don't know exactly what that 5% goes.
Right.
Like, for example, we're just working on an offer for a $650,000 home. And when you see that the closing costs are $24,293, that's when people go like, where does that money go, right?
Exactly.
So I'm just kind of like, and then on my Los Cabos Home and Life, I'll just put all this information there so you can see it or share it. Then also the okay. So certificates and appraisal, official appraisal, certificate of no liens, certificate of property taxes. Then the notary inspects and unpaid taxes, gather all the information and checking the property deed, verify that the seller has the right to transfer the property. And all of this process will take around 45 days.
Right. Well, and potentially if they have to close another trust, that can add to that time, right?
And also depends with what bank
Exactly.
is the trust. It's one of the old banks like HSBC, probably you might not even be able to close it. Then you go to Plan B.
Exactly.
Yes. And you can always do
There's
that.
always a Plan B.
Yeah, then I'll do another show on Plan Bs because it really has worked out for me. Okay, so this is another thing, title search and insurance. Okay, so if you're buying a property like, let's say here or in Ventanas, I tell my clients, you can waive the property, the title insurance, but if you're buying something, let's say on the Pescadero side or on the East Cape side, where there was a lot of ejido land, I would definitely get insurance.
Yeah,
And
even up in El Tizal, there's still ejido land up there, so you got to be real careful on. But our closing agents, and when you work with some of the top closing agents here,
Yes.
and they're so good about that they normally, for my purposes, they normally make me feel comfortable, and if they feel comfortable, I feel comfortable.
I know. Like Romina Cardenas, she has been a guest of our show many times. She's incredible. Also Alicia Parra from the Settlement Company. They're my girls. So, and then also you have to pay your closing agent for their fees plus the 16% IVA, the notary fee, and then a power of attorney. A power of attorney is around $100. And if you think you are not going to be able to come down to Cabo to close the deal, you might want to do that ahead of time.
Absolutely. It's saved many deals.
It has saved. And also the other thing is that it's only just for the signature in front of the notario. That's as far as it goes, because people said, like, how much power of attorney am I giving to someone, right? And the most expensive thing here on the closing cost would be the acquisition tax. That you can't escape that. It's 2%.
Well, the way I always try and explain the acquisition tax to my clients is the property taxes are so low here that you just kind of factor in that acquisition tax is in place of paying higher property taxes, and that relieves most of them and makes them more comfortable with paying that 2% up front, even though nobody likes to pay the 2% up front.
No, but you can't escape two things, death and taxes.
Exactly.
And you have to. And also another thing, that our property taxes are so low. So when you're talking to your buyers and you tell them, well, Mr. Buyer, this is going to be this much, but then you go like property taxes. I have people saying like, I don't even pay that for 1 month in Southern California. So that's a big deal here for us. And, well, there might be other expenses that could be generated if something needs a little bit more work. But so basically, folks, that is what the closing costs are. And a lot of people had asked me that. So I just wanted to share that information.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
I know a lot of my clients. I'm going to have them watch because closing costs are sometimes so misunderstood. And like I said, and you said the property taxes are so low that by the time you pay that 2% acquisition tax, it's done, is in my opinion.
Yes. So we're just gonna head
Perfect.
here to the terrace. We're almost at the end of the show. But another thing very important is that people have to record at the full price of what they purchase.
Exactly.
Because then at the end you don't want any surprises or.
Well, and when you go to sell the property, you need to make sure that the property has been recorded at the full price. Otherwise, you're going to end up being the one responsible for those taxes that the other person was trying to get around.
Yeah, so it's very important, folks, that you go to the professionals. That's why we have the closing companies here. They've been doing this for a long time, and they have their big toolbox. That's what I call them. That when something is not like like it has to be this way. If you have any curves that come your way, then you know how to fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Patrick, any final comments you want to tell us to our audience?
Well, we're very flexible in showings. I always trying to accommodate whoever your realtor might be. I trying to accommodate showings here. And please, if you're in the area, feel free to stop in and say hi at the office. But most of all, I just want to thank Dana and Radio Diferente for coming to visit our little spot on the beach.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for going to my open house the other day.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're going to do more raffles in the future because this is a real estate show, and the purpose is to bring you more information about all that is happening here in Cabo, in Los Cabos, in the real estate community and sales. Okay, so I want to say thank you to Jonas Castro. He's always does such a great job, and say hi to everybody in Radio Diferente. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you, folks. I'm Dana Leuenberger for Los Cabos Home and Life.